Hi everyone, I want to show you a update of what Pdflinkr can do. Let me get this out of the way. So Pdflinkr is a software that I created to make creating and hyperlinking digital planners easier, because I started creating digital planners for myself and then I realized it was so tedious to add all of those links. So I created Pdflinkr to make it easier. So this is how it works. I'm in Keynote, and this is actually a template that you get with Pdflinkr. It has all of these widgets and this pretty layouts, and you can choose your cover and choose your inner pages, and or you can change anything and do it all yourself. But what I have done is chosen this cover and these inner pages, and all I did was change the the background and the tab colors and all of that, like you do in Keynote. This is in Keynote, and it works as well in PowerPoint on Windows. So I have this set up to start. That's in my master pages. So I have all of my calendars added here, and what I'm going to do is add my weekly page, and then I'm going to add a text box here as a placeholder for my date. Center it up here. There we go. And I might want it just a little. There we go. So now I have a text box placeholder basically for my date, and then I want to tell Pdflinkr to create it for me. So what I'm going to do is tell it to duplicate my Keynote slides, and I will select it, and this has so many things in it because I've been demoing everything here. So I grab my Keynote file, just tell it which Keynote file that I'm working with, and then I'm going to tell it which slide number I want it to duplicate. So this is slide number 14. So I just tell it I want to duplicate slide number 14, and I'm going to start with week 1 of January, so that's January 1st, because I'm starting on the Monday start date. So if you were doing a Sunday start date, you would start with December 31st because that's the Sunday before. So, and then I want to end on, actually I want to end on January 5th because that's the end of that week in December. So that would be January 5th of 2025. And then I just tell it to create the weekly slides. And then it'll ask you, is this the first duplication? And the reason why it's asking you this is because it's going to create specific CSV files to then use in Pdflinkr to add all of your links to those weeks. So this slide, when we're done creating our weeks, we're going to delete that because that's a placeholder slide. So yes, this is the first duplication. And then it will, in the background, you see here that it is creating all of my slides. Let me get this stuff out of the way so you can see. And it's inputting those correct dates for each week. And Pdflinkr in the background is creating CSV files with the correct weeks linked to those, or set up for those specific slide numbers. So then we can put it in Linkr at the end to add our links. So then it'll pop up a box here for you where to ask you where you want to save the CSV files that it just created for you. So I'm just going to make a new folder for this demonstration, and I'm just going to call this CSV week. And choose that, and then it has created those slides and CSVs correctly for me. So I'm going to go back up here in my Keynote file and delete that first placeholder, slide 14. And Pdflinkr knows that you're deleting that slide number, so it adjusts the CSV for you. So our weeklies are done. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to add our daily and do the same thing, add a text box for the date placeholder. And then I'm going to tell Pdflinkr then that I want to duplicate, but I want to create daily slides, and I need to duplicate slide number 67. And it'll ask me where I want to save that. So I'm going to, again, just create a new folder for this demonstration and call it daily. Is this the first duplication? Yes, it is, because we are going to delete that slide when this is done. So now it's going to create all of our daily slides, so it's going to create 366 of them or whatever. So I'm going to pause the video while it does that. Okay, so our daily slides are created and our CSVs are created for that. So we're going to say okay. Now remember, we have to go up here and delete that slide 67. So we'll go back to 67 and delete that slide, because that is our placeholder slide with just the placeholder text. So we'll delete that, and then it starts with our correct dates. So now if you want to add calendar links like Google Calendar links or Apple Calendar links, then we need to add a back cover. And I added that in the wrong place, of course. So let's go to the end and add a back cover so Pdflinkr knows that that's the end. So let's generate our Google Calendar links now. Let me grab my linker down here. Okay, so I'm going to create our Google Calendar link CSV from 24, same dates as the dailies, and my planner dates on the schedule for my dailies are 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. and I know that my code to generate my links correctly is a capital I and then capital P, and it does show you the time formats, what codes you need to put in Linkr to make it create your CSV correctly to match. My schedule is an hourly, not a half hourly, and I'm going to strip the leading zeros because that way it won't add a zero in front of all of my times. And I'm going to generate the CSV. It's going to ask me where. Again, I want to save that, so I'm going to save. I'm going to create a new folder again just because. And save that, and all of those are ready. That just generated all of the calendar links for the entire year, so that's done. So now all I have to do is export this as a PDF, and it's ready to go. So I will do that, and while it's exporting I will pause. Okay, so as you can see, I've exported this as a PDF, and now I have zero links in my planner. No links at all. So I'm going to use Pdflinkr to add all of those links. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a CSV because I need to link all my tabs. So I'm just going to create that. Real quickly. And this is the text of all of my tabs. And then the destination is the page number that I want each text to link to. So my January calendar starts on 2. So I'm just going to save that as a CSV, and it's going to ask me where I want to save it. I'm just going to save it as tabs. So that's done. So now how I do it is I just add the PDF here, grab my PDF. I'm going to load that PDF in a viewer, so then I can go to my page 2, and I'm just going to select my tab area, use selected area, and then I'm going to select the page link CSV that I just created, that tabs CSV. And I'm not going to put a start page and end page here because I want all of those links to be added to every page in my planner. So I'm just going to say process page links, and it's going to think about it for a minute and add a link to all of the tabs to every page in my planner. And I'm going to do all of this in real time so you see how long it takes. So that's done. So now if I go back to that folder, now I have an updated PDF. So that's the PDF that Linkr now has created with the links added to all the pages. If I go to December and on my daily page, weekly pages, so it's added those links to my tabs to all 438 pages. So that's the updated one. So now I'm going to rename this 1 just because then I can keep track of which file I'm using. Okay. So now I want to go into batch processing because this is where I'm going to add all of the links for my weekly pages. So I'm going to add the PDF. I'm going to add that newly created, updated PDF that I just renamed number 1. And on my start page and end page, that is going to be my calendar pages. So January starts on page 2 because I'm going to add the links just to these specific pages, but I'm going to do it in a batch so it's faster. So now I'm going to select each weekly CSV that Linkr created for me. So this is the January. So I'm just going to select each one for each corresponding month. And then remember at the end of December, that last week kind of runs into January of 2025. So I am going to put December's page number in here again, and I'm going to add the links also to that last week. So now all I have to do is open PDF in the viewer again, and then I want to select this area here, which is going to be the links for each week. So I'm just going to select this area, say use selected area, and then I'm going to process the batch. And again, it takes just a couple minutes, not even minutes. There we go. It's finished already. So now if we go back to that file, you will have 13 new files, okay? Because it adds the link for the first iteration, and then it uses that updated PDF to add the next and add the next. So your last input is the PDF with all of the links added. So if I go to January, then that will jump right to my January weekly. So May, it will jump to the correct weeks. And then remember, we had that 6th week in December that actually goes into January. So that is added correctly as well. So that's our weeklies. So now I don't need all of these because I'm going to use this last created PDF with all of the links to add my dailies now. So I'm just going to rename that as 2. You can name it weekly or daily or whatever. So then I'm going to clear this, clear it all, and then I'm going to add that newly created number 2 PDF, because that's the file now that we're working with. And then again, I'm going to enter all of the calendar pages. And this is just doing this as single pages, but if you had something that you wanted to link, for example, say you were making a weekly meal planner for each specific week, then you could enter the start page of that week and of that month for the weeks and the end page of those weeklies, like a run, and then add the links all at once for it to link to the specific meal planner. So now we're going to do our dailies. So once again, we're just going to select each CSV that Linkr created for us. And again, the reason why I'm doing this in real time is so everyone, I duplicated that. So there's no hocus pocus to it. It's just, I want you to see how fast it does this without, me pausing and making a production of that. So. Now, did I do that correctly? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I missed. I was going to say that doesn't make sense. 10, 11, and then this is 12. And then I'm not going to add the others. Okay. So then I am going to view the PDF. I'm going to go to my calendar, and I'm going to select the entire calendar area, say use selected area, and then I'm going to process the batch. And now it's going to add all of those for all of my daily pages. It's going to link all of my calendar days to the correct daily pages. So, and again, when I come back, then I will have all of those updated PDFs. So if I open now January, it will go to the correct page for every date. So that's done. The dailies are done. So now let's delete all of these. Because we're going to be working with the last updated one. So now we want to add our Google Calendar links that we generated. So let's clear our Linkr, and we're going to add that last created PDF with all of the updated links, and then let's open that and grab where our daily pages start, and I believe it's on page 67. Let's just go to January 1st. Yes, page 67. And there are 438 pages in this PDF, but I know that the back page is 437, or the back page is a cover, so we're going to input 67 to 437 here for all of our daily pages. So here we go, 67 to 437. And then I'm going to view to PDF. And I am going to go to page 67. And this is my schedule where I'm going to add all the links to every time for my Google Calendar links. I'm going to use that selected area. And then I'm going to select the batch, CSV. I'm going to select the Google Calendar links that it created for me. And let me look at that, because it should have created a whole lot more calendar links. Did I tell it to create daily, or did I grab the wrong? I might have grabbed the wrong file. Let's see. Oh yeah, I grabbed the wrong file. Okay, so let's tell it I want to select the batch and I want to grab my Google Calendar links. All of them at the same time, and then I'm going to process the batch. And this one takes a little bit longer because it is adding every link for every time on that day. And it just spits out one PDF. So I can show you, I believe. There we go. So you can see in the background here, that it is creating those. So it just takes just a couple minutes for that to work through all of those pages and add all of those links. It takes about 5 minutes, maybe less. It seems like it takes so much longer when you're just waiting for it to do it. So we're just waiting. At this point, you can fast forward the video if you want to, but I don't want to pause it because I want this to be like a real-time video so you can see how long it takes to add all of the links. I should have some snappy music in the background. And this also works with Apple Calendar links too. It generates all the links for you, and then it adds all the links to each of your daily pages. So it feels like it's taking forever, but the old way of doing it was just ridiculous, adding those, copying, pasting all of those links. There we go. Now it's finished. So that took about, what, 4 minutes. It feels like it takes forever when you're waiting. So now I have a number 3 updated PDF. And now when I go to my daily pages, my Google Calendar links are all there. So that opened the correct calendar link for the correct day. And that is for all of your days, and all of your daily pages are linked correctly. So now I have a little image up here that I want to link to. Yes, you can link to images. You can link to any specific area in your PDF. So I'm going to rename this 4. And then what I'm going to do is exit out of here, because I want to do a custom link, because I want to add a link to that little image back to my home page. So I'm going to select PDF 4. I'm going to put start page 1 to, how many pages was our planner? I can't remember now. $438. And I'm going to put the document destination page in here. So I want that to link to page 1. Now you could use a URL. You could add a URL link, a link to your website, whatever, to every page. So I'm just going to view my PDF. It's going to open it up, and I am going to select my little house and use selected area, and then I'm going to process it. And it takes no time at all. All those links were added to every page. So now if I go to my updated 4 PDF, now every page has a link to that little house. It takes me back to the home page. And you can use that for anything. You can use it to link this sticky note to a notes section, or to link your breakfast area. You just select the area and tell it where you want it to link. So I hope that that helps you understand a little bit what Pdflinkr can do. And please join the Facebook group, and where we do bi-weekly live calls where I help you if you're having any trouble. And you can ask for updates or requests or features. So I hope it's helpful for you.